Stop thinking and end all of your problems. That's from the Tao Te Ching. Stop thinking and end all of your problems. Maybe not exactly word for word, but pretty close. What can we garner from that? What can we glean from that? Stop thinking. There's no decisions to make. There's nothing to do. There's no reason to have any stress or fear or worries about anything, because everything's happening in divine timing. Everything's happening exactly when it was supposed to happen based off our vibration. There's always a lesson to learn or a blessing, a lesson or a blessing. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to think about. The only thing there really is to do, if you're going to do anything, is purification of the vessel and presence. That's it. You can do everything from the present moment. That should be our main two focuses, because that's how we let the divine flow through us, is by purifying the temple, which is God, and by staying present, which allows the divine God to flow through us. Those are the two things we can focus on. The hardest part in that equation is getting rid of all the distractions from Maya, from the illusion, because they're pretty strong, and you got stuff pulling at you from every angle, right? You got everything's pulling you. Got TV and movies, video games, junk food, alcohol, porn, whatever else I didn't say, everything's just trying to get you addicted. Money, greed, you know what I mean? Gluttony, all these addictions, these desires, they're the big distractions. They're pulling at us constantly. So what do we got to do? We got to cut those off. Social media, our phones, everybody's addicted to their phone, and they've normalized it. Just like eating junk food, they've normalized poisoning ourselves. So how do we cut those distractions? We have to be hyper-focused on our purification and presence. And again, you can do everything you got to do in your normal life in presence. You can do everything you need to do by staying present and focusing on purification. It's hard to focus on those things when your mind's constantly going. You can't. It's hard to focus on purification when your mind's constantly chattering. Stop thinking and end all of your problems. There's no decisions to make. You can't make a wrong decision, because everything that happens was meant to happen. Why? Because it happens. So there's never a reason for regret, because you made a decision that's where you were at. You were going to make that decision. That's that. That was always going to happen. You are exactly where you need to be. And how do we progress? We raise our vibration through purification and presence. And the higher we raise our vibration, the more we attract, and we get exactly what we need when we focus on those two things. The two greatest devotions to our cosmic beloved is the presence and purification of the vessel. That's all there really is to do. And then the divine will flow through us and take care of everything. We just trust our intuition. We stay present. We stay light. We stay focused. And once you get good at it, stop thinking. That becomes your way of life. You never need to search for anything. You never need to grab for anything. And this is just as much to myself as to anybody. Right? We have to keep reminding ourselves to tear away from the illusion long enough to remember what the heck we're supposed to be doing. Because the pull is strong. The programming on this planet is very powerful. Very powerful. Most people are addicted to some form of entertainment or super fast sense gratification in some fashion. It's very hard to tear away from all of those things because we've been addicted to them for so long. It's very hard because everything's super addicting. It's crazy. It's crazy the planet we live on and the program we are in. The more I think about it, you're just like, damn, dude. If I were going to control a population of a planet, I would do it through the food. You know what I mean? Yeah, think of how old the universe is. It's billions and trillions of years old. Could be trillions, parts of it. So yeah, think of how many advanced species have been around for millions and billions of years. You know what I mean? And you don't think they try to control the population of a few planets and they kind of figured out what works. And they've specifically designed these societies, the structure of these societies, to contain and suppress us. Specifically, it's been proven in testing. And once in a while, the people fucking wake up. Maybe not. Maybe this is the first. Nah, probably not. I don't know. Maybe it is. Who knows? But nah, the universe is infinite, so no, it's definitely happened before. It's probably just rare. Because the controlling factors are so strong. But the light is stronger than the dark. So, where does that bring us? Purification and presence. It's always the same. Stay hydrated. Stop thinking. Stay present. Stay light. And let the divine flow through us. And that'll solve all of our problems. Not thinking. Because we create stories in our lives, right? What's one of the biggest things that entrapping us to the illusion is emotions, right? All these addictions, emotions, emotional trauma. Those are the heart of the biggest things to conquer. That keeps you stuck real good. If you stop thinking, you become the infinite creator, the observer, the loving awareness. You are the creator observing itself. That's basically it. But we get caught up in this fake person, ego, emotion game. Like we're actually here doing anything. Ooh. What are we doing? We are a small part of the creator. This is all just my understanding from my experience. That's all you can do. That's the only perspective you can offer is your own, and everybody's perspective should be shared, because guess what? We can all learn something from each other. Every single person we meet in our life is a lesson. There's no circumstance or relationship that is not a lesson or it's not a teacher. It's not teaching. It's teaching you something. You know what I mean? It's exactly where it needs to be in divine timing, and you are exactly where you are meant to be. And if you want to attract greater things, we need to raise our vibration through purification and presence. That's it. You raise vibration, attract higher. Lower your vibration, attract lower. Money should not be our focus at all. Money should just be something that's just like you don't have to worry about, because you're staying present, and the divine will take care of us. Money it's a trap. You shouldn't be thinking about it. You know what I mean? It should be focused on purification and presence. That's it. We don't got to think about that garbage. You think advanced civilizations even mess with that? No, man. This ain't their first rodeo. They've been doing this a while. But there's a big shift. It's interesting to see what's going to happen. Like RFK Jr., I actually told my wife, I said this exact thing was going to happen. I was like, watch, he's going to offer RFK Jr. a position as a head of some health agency or whatever they're calling it. You know what I mean? A special counsel, commission. He's offering. I said it before they even said they announced it. I said this exact thing was going to happen. So he's basically going to be going after the big food corporations and big pharma. I hope he's got good security, because they will stop at nothing to stop them from holding them accountable, because they own the government, and they create all these ridiculous policies that protect them, no liability. So imagine that getting stripped away from the biggest corporations and big pharma, medical doctors. If you're a medical doctor and you've been popping people pills and shots, if I were you, I'd get out the game. I'd run for the hills. Because it's not going to be pretty if the tide turns and big pharma is held accountable, and everybody who is a part of it is held accountable. It's going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly. I mean, you got to pay the price. There's nothing. Pharmaceuticals have nothing to do with health. Zero. Absolutely nothing. You are what you eat. So if you eat a bunch of junk, you're going to be junk. Your body's going to turn to junk. If you eat hydrating, living foods, fruits, berries, melons, vegetables, you're good. Your body will clean itself. Presence and purification.